CBDCs Explained. Episode 3, Banks and CBDCs, Disruption, Risk, or Opportunity. Imagine this: you wake up tomorrow, open your phone, and instead of logging into your bank app, you open a wallet issued directly by your central bank. No middleman, no fees, no waiting. For the average citizen, it sounds like convenience. For commercial banks, it sounds like an earthquake. This is the reality that central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, are getting closer. The question is, will banks lose their power, or will they transform into something stronger? Banks today, the gatekeepers of money. Banks are the beating heart of our financial system. They take deposits from households, lend to businesses, process salaries, and move money across borders. Without banks, modern economies would grind to a halt. But CBDCs challenge this setup. If citizens can hold digital money directly at the central bank, why keep savings in a private bank? And if people move their funds into central bank wallets, what happens to the bank's ability to lend, invest, and fuel growth? The risks for banks. Commercial banks see CBDCs as a double-edged sword. On one side, innovation. On the other hand, existential risk. Deposit flight. Imagine millions shifting their money overnight from bank deposits into digital wallets with the central bank. This digital bank run could destabilize banks faster than any crisis in history. The European Banking Federation has already warned, a poorly designed digital euro could weaken deposits and hurt lending capacity. Reduced lending. Banks use your deposits to finance loans. If those deposits vanish, so does their ability to lend to families and small businesses. The chain reaction could slow economic growth. Disintermediation. If central banks deal directly with citizens, commercial banks could lose their role as intermediaries. Instead of being the main point of trust, they risk being sidelined. Opportunities. Not all doom and gloom. But let's flip the coin. Some banks see CBDCs not as a threat but as a platform for innovation. Smarter services. Banks could build apps and wallets that integrate CBDCs with loans, investments, and daily payments. Imagine a single app that combines your CBDC balance with instant access to credit. Cross-border potential. Banks could play a key role in linking CBDCs across countries. Example, Project mBridge, a joint initiative by China, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the UAE, is testing real-time cross-border CBDC transfers with commercial banks as active participants. Customer trust. At the end of the day, most people trust their local bank more than an abstract central bank. That relationship is priceless. Banks can leverage it to remain the bridge between the institution and the citizen. The hybrid model, two-tier CBDCs. Central banks know the risks of displacing banks. That's why most designs adopt a two-tier model. The central bank issues digital money. Commercial banks and payment providers distribute it, manage wallets, and keep the customer relationship. This isn't a theory, it's already happening. In the Bahamas, the Sand Dollar works with commercial banks as intermediaries. The European Central Bank has stated that if a digital euro is launched, banks will remain central to distribution. This model balances innovation with stability, ensuring banks adapt without collapsing. Looking ahead, disruption or transformation. So, is this the end of banks as we know them? Not necessarily. CBDCs are disruptive, but disruption doesn't always mean destruction. Think about ATMs. At first, banks feared them. Then online banking. Then mobile apps. Each time, banks adapted and in many cases, came out stronger. CBDCs could be the same. For banks stuck in old models, the risk is real. But for banks willing to innovate, CBDCs could unlock opportunities, faster payments, global interoperability, and services that were impossible before. Here's the truth. CBDCs are not designed to disrupt the financial system, but they will reshape it. The challenge for banks is clear: adapt, innovate, and stay relevant or risk becoming obsolete. But while banks are figuring out their future, let's turn the lens back to you. How would CBDCs affect your everyday life? How would they change the way you pay, save, or even use cash? That's exactly what we'll explore in the next episode: CBDCs in everyday life, how your money could change. Stay tuned, subscribe now and join the journey. Let's keep decoding the money shifts together.